Namaskara. My name is Janki Puti. I am originally from India.
Hello, I'm Pamela J from Western Kentucky University in the United States. I recently completed a study of iaelyon's International Week program and used this as research for my doctoral dissertation. My interest in this topic comes from the lens of being a business practitioner and the end user of the students at business schools educate and deliver to the business world. The purpose of my study is to discover how iaelyon developed an internationalization program designed to meet the global needs of business students as they enter the business world. In 2006, Dean Jerome Reeve had an ongoing concern for internationalization within his university. More specifically, he was concerned about the 77% of students who did not have a study abroad experience. Research indicates that institutions of higher learning tend to focus their internationalization efforts on study abroad, student exchange, and infiltrating foreign faculty. What they fail to do is recognize that the vast majority of students will not have a study abroad experience, and that visiting professors tend to assimilate to the university's teaching and settings. iaelyon's International Week program is compulsory for all M1 and M2 students. Recently, in past years, they have extended it to also include professional and international MBA students. And most recently, they've also invited businesses from local areas to send employees as part of their continuing education. In 2015, 1,500 students participated in the program, and they were offered 88 seminars by 63 professors from 25 countries. For this study, I used a qualitative methodology using a case study design. The advantage of utilizing qualitative research is that it brings in awareness of the participants' perspective of the program. With this in mind, I took a constructivist approach and built interpersonal relationships with my participants that allowed me to create the reality of the program from their perspective. My data consisted of face-to-face, semi-structured interviews with 4 distinct groups. These groups consisted of the administrative staff of iaelyon, visiting professors, current students, as well as former students. The models that I used looked at cognitive and attitudinal skills, and there were 2 research questions that guided my study. In addition to the semi-structured interviews, I also compiled data from documentation and on-site observations. 2 research guided my study. The first was, how does a university create an internationalized program to educate students in the global business environment? The second was, how does participation in an internationalized program impact key stakeholders? Through a thematic analysis of the data, 2 overarching themes emerged. The first was, universities need to understand the importance of why they are creating an internationalized program. The second is that it must go across all curricula. Understanding the purpose was an important aspect in the development and continued success of International Week. This went beyond that of a corporate social responsibility to that of a societal responsibility, not only educating students, but also sharing knowledge at a local, national, and global level. The second overarching theme was that it's important to integrate an internationalized curriculum across all curricula. This was evidenced through the 88 seminars that were presented to students. Of those 88 seminars, they all contained international and interpersonal knowledge that could be shared. Additionally, students were required to not only learn, but speak and present in a language very different from their own. The majority of classes were taught in English, which is the language of business. So how does a university develop an internationalized program that can impact all key stakeholders within the university setting and local communities? They have to understand the importance of developing the importance of developing the program and its impact on societal knowledge. They also have to understand that this has to be integrated across all curriculum. And I emphasize all. It can't only be for those students who study abroad or exchange students. So how do they do it? They think large and they bring the world to Lyon. My study could serve as a model for institutions of higher learning who are seeking to figure how they can create an innovative internationalized program. It could also be extended to schools of other levels. It could be extended to high schools, elementary schools, and most importantly, it could be brought to the business sector so that they also are able to gain the knowledge and the expertise to work in a globalized work environment. Thank you.
I want to say how impressive the International Seminar Series is. I've had the opportunity to be involved in it for 11 years, and the first year I realized there was something special. I realized that this is a program that many other universities could use. It would be very beneficial to their students, and I am so impressed that Pamela was able to do some research to prove that that was the case.
And it was an honor and a pleasure to conduct this research. And it was also a pleasure to put it in a narrative format and present it as a story so that the rest of the world can see how wonderful International Week at iaelyon is in Lyon, France.
For me, it was a delight to see Pamela be able to capture the vision that Dean Reeves has expressed and to tell it so clearly in her research. She's done an excellent job based on a vision that he articulates very clearly.